guys, and welcome back to the internet. We've got a new backdrop.
We've got a new baby now. I think that's more important.
You know, in priority order. You know, backdrop, baby.
Yeah, and I've had my Botox.
Botox in my throat.
Not because you had like saggy turkey neck, just because you couldn't burp properly, right?
Yeah, because I couldn't burp at all.
And has it worked?
Yeah, I can burp.
And you're less bloated.
Yeah, it's been amazing.
It's been smelly.
Burps taste like ass, don't they? I've never tasted a burp until I burped. Tastes like what you've just eaten plus burp. Who knew? Who knew?
Okay. So basically, this is my birth story.
Your burp story?
No, my birth story.
Oh, right, it's not as good as my burp story.
We've had a lovely long maternity leave of 5 weeks. 6 weeks? I'm sorry, 6 weeks. I'm feeling knackered. I look knackered. I could do with some Botox, honestly.
You look absolutely gorgeous.
Thanks, babe.
You do. You look
Guys,
amazing.
I'm sorry, but I look really good.
You
not right now, actually.
It's not just how you look, though. It's like
It's
the
how I feel.
energy.
I've had a child.
Have
He's
you?
called Rocky Elwood.
You can't say that you
Sorry,
had a child.
You've had a child.
We gave birth together. We had the C-section and we had the child.
We had the child together.
Yeah.
I went into labour early. I was scheduled for a C-section on the 27th of August, which was a Tuesday, at 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, the Saturday morning.
I want to tell a little bit. Hold on.
No, it's my story.
No,
you didn't birth it.
Hold on.
No, can I tell my own story?
Check the baby.
Check the baby! It's actually really quite difficult to make videos, even though we did it with Ziggy, because he was just like constantly on Rosie's tip. Well, our second child isn't so much like that. He's kind of like, I'll have some, but then I'll get off, you know? But like Rosie. Just
I
kidding.
like that, babe.
Just kidding.
No,
Please, you're going to annoy
Okay,
me.
it's
Let me tell my story.
actually-
I'll let you have your moment.
I feel like...
First of all, let's thank Beyonce. We did some gardening on the Friday, right? And then in the evening on Friday, I was like, ooh, I've got some trap wind.
No, so literally, we gardened all day, we walked around, we went on a date, Ziggy was in nursery, dropped the dogs off, thank God, at the kennel. We did all this work.
Yeah.
And I was in the kitchen in the evening, and Rose literally every 10 minutes went, ooh, like literally, if I did
No, I didn't.
No, you literally,
Yeah, I did.
you literally
I did.
held your
No, I
stomach,
did.
right? I went, ooh.
Yeah.
And then you were like, ooh.
Rosie was like, Rose, I think you're in labour. I was like, no, Rosie, it's just pressure.
I was like, I think you're having contractions, babe. She's like, it's a bit,
The baby!
I was like, you are, like, your cervix is dilating. I can see that this is happening. Rose was like, no, baby's due to come out Tuesday. It's coming out Tuesday. And I was like, yeah, whatever. We went to bed, and I normally sleep in with Rose, but I'd gone into Ziggy's room, and at 5:30 in the morning, so she was having contractions on the Friday.
Yeah.
5:30 in the morning, Saturday, I heard her go, Rosie, and I knew you were going to say your waters are broken.
They don't lie in the movies, do they? If anything, they actually
They never
underestimate
lie. They
the
never
amount of water. You know when you're like feeling sick, you know you're going to be sick, and you wake up, you think something's wrong. I woke up, and then suddenly it was like Niagara Falls down there, and I was like, oh my God. So the first thing I did was call Rosie. The second thing I did was call my mum. But the third thing I did was put all my makeup on, because I was like, right, if I'm having this baby on a Saturday, it's a weekend, might be some sexy... So my waters broke, my makeup was on, I was ready, I was all game.
Oh, but because it wasn't when it was scheduled, Ziggy was supposed to be in nursery.
All the family flooded to my house, literally my mum, my dad and my sister. Hello, this is the internet, say hello. Everyone was here, and I felt very comfortable knowing that Ziggy was being looked after. I was about to have a C-section. I actually loved the fact that something spontaneous happened throughout this process, because everything was so rigidly planned from Rose CD over here that it was actually really nice to feel my body be like, do you know what? Today's his birthday. Because I wasn't vibing with the 27th, 24, 8, 24.
Very nice.
Very what?
No, exactly. So your waters broke. We went into triage, which is like where you go into hospital.
Yeah, I made a mess there, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
I was like, sorry girls, amniotic fluid on the
went
floor,
to the
it's fine.
bathroom and it was all leaking everywhere. Oh my God, do you know what was so lesbian of us as well? Urge to merge, right? I was due on my period to start on the 27th when the baby was due.
Yeah.
And Rose's water broke early, and I was like, yes, I'm not going to be on my period. I came on my period.
Yeah.
So we went to the toilet. Rose was changing her pad because she had the fluid, and I was changing my pad.
She was trying to steal my thunder, you guys, like
So
really
urge to merge.
badly.
I know. What was nice was Rose got to have contractions, so they like...
Yeah, that was
you were
really lovely.
opposite of
I
me.
didn't even feel them, babes.
No,
I
you
was
couldn't
like,
feel them, but she had like the machine that measures like an earthquake.
right, so basically the whole time I was like, well, I've got to put myself up. I'm having a baby today. This is
4 days early, that's fine.
I was like, do you know what?
Mama didn't raise no bitch.
And then
We made a song
all day.
Rose was hooked up to a monitor so we could hear the baby's heartbeat and we could see the contractions. So we were dancing, Mama didn't raise no B, B. Mama didn't raise no B, D, B. Mama didn't raise no B, B, B.
Baby didn't raise no B.
No B.
Sponsored by Surfshark. Thank you, Surfshark, for sponsoring this video. And let me tell you
And
one
our
thing.
entire lives.
Our entire
Are
lives.
sponsored by
Surfshark.
Surfshark.
I love Surfshark. He's called Rocky Surfshark Elwood. He's 3 months old.
In case you don't already know, Surfshark is an app or browse extension that lets you place your laptop or device anywhere in the world and lets you access the internet as if you're in that country. This means
You can use Surfshark to globally stream all your favourite shows no matter where you are.
Babe, you can surf in a clean cyber ocean with no ads, trackers, malware, or phishing attempts. Oh, I've got one. I've got one.
Surfshark is a VPN that doesn't keep logs, meaning
It doesn't monitor, store, or keep track of your online whereabouts or actions in any way. That child is asleep.
Surfshark rocks you to sleep the gentle waves of surfing the web. Surfshark is a VPN that offers one account to use on an unlimited number of devices. Surfshark even offers a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's no risk to try it out for yourself.
So go to surfshark.com/Rose and Rosie for 4 extra months of Surfshark.
Ah, yeah.
Link in the description box below.
So, to recap,
Yeah.
the waters broke early.
Yeah.
We went to hosp. We're having the best time. I was like, we've got no kids at the moment because Ziggy was at home.
Yeah.
You only give birth.
It was actually a break.
So we were just chilling out, right? So I was like, we watched Sabrina Carpenter's new song.
Oh, we did?
Yeah, I was like, she kissed a woman in it.
Oh my God, we did,
Yeah,
we
I
had
know.
so much
So we were just
fun.
hanging out. It was like the old days. I was like, we've got no kids, we're on a date.
Vlog, didn't we?
Yeah, we vlogged.
We didn't finish.
Yeah, we vlogged. Who cares?
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
Oh, God, I can use that footage.
Oh my God,
Oh my God. Oh my God.
How have we got so much energy when I literally have 2.5 hours of sleep a night?
Surfshark and coffee are these official sponsors of my life.
Of your what?
So anyway, we're hanging out, and what's really funny is Rose was supposed to meet the person who was going to do her C-section, but she actually had someone else.
She was fit in
And
that
as
first
she
one.
walked out, was it her? She is so lovely.
That was Katie.
And I caught Mick when
Hold
I was
on.
talking about. Everyone was like, "They're so lovely."
It made my day. Basically, I had the most amazing midwife. Katie, if you're watching, props. I was on my own at the time and I met her and she was really lovely, and then she walked out whilst Rosie was walking in. She didn't realise who Rosie was. I overheard her saying,
I heard it too.
you know when you just meet really nice people? And I was like,
She's talking about me.
I heard her saying something else.
What?
About how you
Was she
lovely.
bad-mouthing me?
No, about how you're lovely.
it doesn't hurt to be nice to people.
to be.
Nice to people.
It doesn't
She
hurt.
put my catheter in. Imagine if I was horrible.
Was it her who did it? Fair play.
Fair play.
Even though Rose was in labour, we didn't know if there was anyone free to do the C-section. It was the weekend, right? So they don't schedule them.
No.
So they only do emergencies.
But as
obviously
my-
weren't that emergency.
No, but they did say technically it's an emergency because your waters are broken, but it's not really an emergency.
But
I was
in
like,
priority-
does that get me up the top of the list? They were like, yeah, and I was like, do it.
In terms of priority, if someone would have come in,
Of
like,
course.
so we didn't know if we were going to have it.
No.
And they kept going, do you want to just like try and go into labour?
And I
was
said,
like, no.
No.
And I was
I
like,
don't.
Good boundaries, babe.
And they were
Good
like,
boundaries.
fine. And they were like,
No.
fine, no problem.
No.
I was like, I know.
We're the only ones in the whole ward.
Yeah.
So we would just lay on the bed together, watching TV.
Mum was in
Right,
prison,
then they
bitch.
moved us to the like pre-op or whatever, and it was a room on our own.
Yeah.
And they put like black tea music on, gave us some
Yes.
lavender central oils,
Yeah.
and Rose kept sniffing.
Because you farted.
No, I did a poo.
That's right, and I had to have it like this.
yeah. Or I farted.
That's the hardest part of my labour, really. Honestly, the hardest part of my entire cesarean was the cannula in my hand.
And I
It was
told-
about
I told you
that
the worst
long,
thing.
and I thought it was about that long. It was so long I couldn't actually bend my wrist because it hit like the bone. I was like,
They wheeled Rose in at 18 minutes past 2.
I did nearly faint, which was embarrassing, but not because I was a pussy hole. Because Mama didn't raise no bitch. Because of the drugs.
When did they do the epidural?
They had 18 minutes
Oh,
past
so
2.
sorry. She wheeled in at 13 minutes past 2.
In the afternoon.
They put in her epidural, which is like to numb her.
Stabbed it
at
in, didn't
18
he?
past
He
2.
stabbed it in.
And then at 29 minutes past 2, they cut open her body and her uterus.
But-
and at 2:30, so 1 minute later, the baby was born. It was
My
1 minute.
surgeon was insane.
Mr. Quick Hands.
He was
Dr.
literally
Quick.
like, it was incredible.
Got the
I
job
got a
done.
bit queasy because I was like, they put the thing up and I was like, wow, they're about to cut into me. What if I feel it? And then this guy was like, are you feeling all right? And I looked at my blood pressures go all the way down to in the 30s. So I was like, Rosie, I'm fainting.
Yeah.
And they were like, no, you're not. And they just put something in me. I was like, I'm back. Mama didn't raise no bitch. And then they were like, we've started. And I was like, oh shit, really? And then suddenly what they don't prepare you for when you have a cesarean is the fact that it feels like they rugby tackle you when they push on your diaphragm.
I never knew
and
they did
scoop
that.
him out. And it felt like someone had winded me. I just went, and then suddenly a baby was there. I was like,
crazy.
whoa.
We had the tent up, right? And it was so quick, they didn't even have time to lower the tent. Literally, you just cut and pull it out. And then they just flopped the baby
And it
over
was
like
like-
this. And it really
This is
reminded me of...
such a millennial reference, but it reminds me of
Yeah,
Marley and Marley. Ooh, did you know It's Christmas Carol,
He was
which is
like
one of the
this.
best films ever, by the way, guys. You've got to see it.
He had jazz hands though.
Jazz hands. He was like,
the baby
and I was
up.
like, whoa, that's a baby. It was so surreal. I had such imposter syndrome because I was
So
like,
great.
that's
What?
So they did the surgery real quick. I cut the cord, I had some skin to skin, you had some skin to skin. They wheeled us into recovery. Again, absolutely no one there because there was no emergencies and nothing was scheduled. And then even when they put you on your ward to stay the night, nobody there!
Nobody there.
Literally, it was the most chilled out thing.
What was so crazy is that Rosie couldn't stay overnight with me on the maternity ward because Ziggy can't be like left with other people.
Well, I never left him alone.
We didn't want to do that
and
to him.
And he was, the day didn't go as planned, right?
No.
He was supposed to be in nursery.
Yeah.
But he wasn't.
Spent all day with grandma, granddad,
so I would
Laura.
have just left him suddenly all day.
So then you came home in the afternoon, and then Mum, Dad, and Laura came to the maternity ward to meet Rocky, and then Laura Dix, she stayed with me all night in a chair just to make sure that I was okay because I was the only one there. It was like something from a horror film.
Yeah, it was a bit scary.
But you know, even with my scar and all my stuff, I was lifting him in and out all night.
Yeah.
I worked it out because Mama didn't raise no.
Mama didn't raise no, Menti B.
Talking of Menti B's, I've been fine.
I had an idea in my mind of how recovery would be, and Ziggy was going to be in nursery for the week. Or for 2 weeks. I thought like Rose would be staying in bed, like having her baby moon, like lots of skin to skin, like Rose was like up hoovering.
Hey,
I was
don't tell them I hoovered with
I
a
was like,
C-section.
you shouldn't be hoovering.
I was like, I'm
tidying.
ready.
She was squatting on the floor, picking
Babes,
everything up.
day 3, I was like, right, I'm back now, back to work, let's go, come on. I think I was a bit lucky though. I don't think it's the same for everybody, but can I just say, my C-section was an absolute dream. It was actually, dare I say, a piece of piss. I didn't even get constipation with my C-section. Woo! I literally...
Shout out to Lactulose.
We should get sponsored by them, shouldn't we?
Yeah. Lactulose.
Honestly, it was so good, and like the only thing I had was, I'd say, numbness / pain, apart, just over the incision, but apart from that,
But you
no,
feel the
fine.
V is good to go.
Oh yeah, my vagina's intact. I'm so happy.
Intact.
And my actual like scar is literally.
It looks like a hair.
Like a hair.
She had a midwife appointment to check up her scar, and they were like, "You've got to take off the plaster yourself," which is probably like the hardest thing. And you took it off, and I looked for you, and it literally looked like someone had just laid a hair across her.
And Rocky's great. Like it's so weird. I just
Rocky's
fell into this biological mother role like a hero, really, like an icon, like a role model,
It's offensive because not everyone's a role
like a
model or an
lesbian
icon.
queen. Some people aren't queens; they're kings.
There needs to be a they them for kings and queens. So, I'm being 100% serious. Like, what's the prince and
That's a
princess
whole
version?
other video. What do you think of how I've adapted to the biological mother role?
Well, first of all, I'm so glad at how well it went. Not just for you, but for me. What's crazy is our whole baby journeys, both of us had totally different journeys, right? I did IUI,
Yep.
you did IVF.
Yes.
I had a vaginal birth.
A giant.
I had a vaginal birth, you had a C-section, everything.
was different. Think of it like this. All the crap you went through, right, paid off for me.
For you.
Thank you so much for that.
Well,
But you know, it could have gone any way, who knows? You know, it's like a gamble. A gamble, isn't it?
I like to gamble,
I do.
actually.
So my mum moved in for 5 days after Rocky's born.
Oh, wasn't that fun? It was really fun. We got bacon
Yeah, it was
sandwiches
really great. It
every
was
morning.
brilliant. You're trying to make drama out of nothing, but actually,
No
great
drama.
time. Actually, brilliant.
She did our washing.
She
Every
did.
morning she was like, coffee, Rosie.
She
I'm
was
like, yeah, she'd
so
be like, bacon
good.
sandwich, Rosie, brown or red sauce. I've got them both out. Like, oh, thanks, Barbara.
What's great about my mum is she's not one of those mums that comes to help by just holding the baby. She was actually feeding us and doing everything we needed to do. She did so much. She helped with Ziggy. She made every meal.
When she went, I went up to her and I was like, please stay. She was like, maybe I'll come back next week. I was like, Monday.
So it was brilliant.
Come back.
I had a really lovely first couple of weeks. Now, still lovely.
It's still lovely.
I'm just very tired.
Tired.
Because what happens is I'm doing all of the nights really, and Rosie's sleeping with Zig so she can do all of the day. A little bit of warning is all I need. What is it? My baby made a noise.
He's asleep.
He's asleep. Oh my god, so Ziggy has just been the most incredible big brother. He is gentle, he's excited, he's not jealous, he's not too interested in Rocky, but he always says, cuddle Rocky, or don't worry Rocky, if Rocky's crying.
He goes, don't worry, baby.
Don't worry, baby Rocky. And then if I'm giving him breast milk, Ziggy comes in, he goes, Ziggy's got an accent we don't understand, but he goes, he's drinking boo-boo milk. And if he's a Spider-Man, he goes, Spider-Man.
It's Spider-Man. And I'm like, Ziggy, it's Spider-Man.
He's like, Spider-Man. I'm like, why are you American?
Spider-Man.
Okay, it's so weird.
We're boy mamas, we've got two boys. How do you feel about that?
I love it. I love the energy.
Yeah,
you know? I really do.
I'm glad he's got a brother because
Me too. They look so alike.
I
It's
do think
ridiculous.
that, you know, not all boy children are the same, not all girl children are the same, I totally get it, but I do think that if we'd had a girl, that's a lot of female energy if that's the role we'll take
he
on.
might have felt a bit outnumbered by that, but now he's got a little friend. Do you know what I mean?
Little friend. friend.
Imagine if they didn't like each other.
Now we're trying to work out whether or not I should have a baby or not.
Yeah.
Because it's like, I'm gonna have my boob job.
No,
so it's like,
legit.
I need to have the baby first. Surf Shop to sponsor the boob.
Yeah.
First, it's like, do they want to sponsor my child first or should I have
Okay, so this is my issue, okay? Let us know in the comments, should we have another baby? Because if Rosie has another one, I will have another one.
No,
never
you said
before.
you wouldn't.
Okay, maybe I won't. What if you have another boy and then you want a girl?
I've got a name for either.
Fine. Is it Edam Cheese?
It is Skyrim.
Alright guys, so that was our birth story. Sorry, that was Rosie's birth
Yeah,
story.
that's my birth story from the baby I gave birth to. But first of all, what do you all think of my hair? Most importantly, we didn't even talk about my throat talks, but that's for another day. What do you all think of the hair? I'm in my dark hair era. I'm in my witchcraft era. I'm in my sourdough era. My
No, I didn't raise no bitch, basically.
baby mama era.
Yeah,
though.
boy mama era, boy mamas. We used to hate that, and now we're doing it like
But
crazy.
now I love it. You got
No,
me
I
just
love
saying
it.
boy mama.
Alright guys, don't forget to check out Surfshark. Go to surfshark.com/Rose of Rosie for an extra 4 months of Surfshark. Surfshark.
Pay my bills for my boob job. I will show you them when I get it.
Bye.